Hello, it is I, Tony, the Life of Comic with Tony Kapow. Nice to see you. It is Wednesday. You know, if you're seeing my face live on Facebook, it's most likely Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day for sure, and we are located at the comic book headquarters of Geneva, Ohio. Beautiful, scenic Geneva, Ohio. Robot Zero Comics, downtown Geneva, Ohio, shopping district, the northwest corner where routes 30, 534, and 20 meet. So thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate your time as I ramble on about comics. It was a pretty cool week of comics. A lot of Hulk, a lot of cool Hulk stuff. We've got Hulk Grand Design from the cartoonist kayfabe crew member Jim Rugg. I highly suggest subscribing to their channel if you want to know all about comics, some history of comics, a love for the process of creating comics, comic creators, all things comics. Head over to Cartoonist Kayfabe and hit that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. You can watch content for days, interviews with some of the top creators in the world, and some that you've never heard of that should be on the top. So definitely check out Cartoonist Kayfabe. Definitely check out Jim Rugg's Hulk Grand Design. It's called Monster. It's one volume, covers all of Hulk, from his first appearance in his little mini-series before mini-series were a thing, to his almost current day incarnation, let's say. So thank you for joining us, and we got somebody there. All right, and we may have some graded books may have come back as well. Surprise, surprise. So if you have one out there, it may be here when you come in today. We also have Iron Fist 2. I left that one out. And we have the sensational Wonder Woman special, 3 great stories of Wonder Woman for International Women's Day, which was about a month ago. So thanks, DC. Appreciate you. We have the Sonic 2 movie extravaganza. We've got a copy of that. We've got Myths and Legends, Jack and Jill. And I guess we're just going to get right into this. I don't know if my phone's updating or what here. Wi-Fi on. All right, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us. I'm Tony Capo. This is New Comic Book Day. Let's go. With a great variant cover from Rainbow Rowell, we have got Captain Marvel X-Gwen variant. Here we see Gwen as Mystique. As you know, Mystique can be anyone, anything she wants to be. And right now, Gwen Stacy has that power on the cover of Captain Marvel 37. Great cover. And jumping on point, next issue is going to see a big change for Captain Marvel. And you can start it right here, right now. Kind of ties up the loose ends of the last story and introduces us to that new plot, concept, story in the next issue. So get excited. Captain Marvel is going to go through a big change in issue 38, so be ready for it. And make sure you have a pre-order in. We've got Dark Ages number 6. This ends this miniseries by Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor is one of the best writers going right now. I highly suggest you pick up this, Deceased, his old X-23 run. What else is he doing right now? Ask me when you come into the store. We'll figure it out. I know he's writing a bunch of different stuff, so all of the Deceased are him. The X-23 Wolverine was him. And currently doing Dark Ages. Currently writing Nightwing like no one's ever written Nightwing before, or maybe he is writing like they used to write Nightwing before, and that's what makes it so popular. But definitely check it out. Then we've got Ghost Rider number 2. Johnny Blaze is still wandering. He's escaped the prison that looked like a city, and now he's out. He's wrecked his bike. He's kind of groggy. He needs somewhere, as he explains it, to recharge his batteries. He just needs to go rest, forget about the rest of the world, and concentrate on himself, rebuild that energy, and get back out there and start kicking butt. But it seems like things follow him wherever he goes. So definitely check it out. There are 3 really cool covers this week. We've got the main cover right here. Is that Cale New again? Yes, that is Cale New once again. On that cover right here, we've got a really cool. Peach Momoko has her fans, and that's great. I don't usually fall head over heels with stuff that she does. I don't usually gravitate for it, but that's just me. And everyone's allowed to have their opinions on whatever. I can never do what she does at all. So right there, I mean, I really don't have any space to say anything. But this Peach Momoko cover to Ghost Rider 2 is, as the kids say, pure fire. It is really cool. Really enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing what else she has come down the line. Then we have Ghost Rider number 2, Carnage Forever variant. This is the Philip Tan one. Philip Tan, man. Look up his work on the X-Men. Bunch of different stuff he's done in the past, and he's an excellent, excellent artist. Definitely check out Philip Tan, and his Carnage Forever cover was pretty cool there. We've got a second print of Hulk number 4. We have Hulk number 5 this week. It's a Hulky week. We've got second prints of number 4. We've got, a second print of number 4. We've got issue 5 came out this week. And we don't have, we didn't really go heavy on any of the variants. We did not. So if you'd like that Carnage Forever variant, let me know. We might be able to order you one. But either way, the last issue left us with this new Peter Parker gamma-radiated Spider-Man facing off against Hulk. Chef's kiss to Donnie Cates and Ryan Otley so far. There were Rivers of Blood. Rivers of Blood were in. This was a great issue. One of my favorite things that I read this week. And there was a River of Blood. So I was getting my violence confused. Here in Hulk number 5, we're duking out with Peter Parker. Some literal bombs drop at the end, but with not with a normal payload. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but cool stuff. And they continue to do cool stuff. Definitely leading up to, everyone knows, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the ads and everything, put your fingers in your ears. But the Titan appears in the next issue. And we kind of see how that happens here. And it's pretty cool. I want to tell everyone about it, but I'm not going to. I feel like Michael Scott trying to hold in a secret. Then we have Hulk. If you're a fan of Hulk whatsoever, or if you're just interested in the character and kind of want to know his history and some of his famous points, you need to pick up Hulk Grand Design. This is a stylized thing. It is an amazing thing that Jim Rugg has done. And I'm not really surprised. His artwork is fantastic. But this is basically, Bruce Banner, Incredible Hulk, This Is Your Life, is essentially what it is. And Jim Rugg can make things look so cool. They use a type of paper that looks older as well. He's recreated some very famous scenes from comics. Hulk and Thing's first fight. When the Hulk first joins the Avengers, instead of fighting them, he joins them. The Leader's first appearance. The first appearance of Wolverine is covered in this. And I just love Rugg's artwork. It is so cool. Doc Samson's first appearance. So if you want a little bit of a Marvel history lesson, so to speak, definitely check out Hulk Grand Design by Jim Rugg in Marvel Comics. You will not be disappointed. Then we have Iron Fist number 2, and if you're not familiar with Iron Fist right now, that's okay. We've got second prints coming on the way of number 1. Iron Fist is now fingers in the ears. Spoiler alert! It's now Swordmaster Lin Lee. They've actually given a character that has the lore behind the character that is strictly Asian and martial arts and kung fu and all of that to an Asian character of Swordmaster Lin Lee. Lin Lee had a sword that was to protect the world. I forget the exact story behind it right now. I apologize. But that sword was broken into a bunch of pieces, some of which were dug deep into his hands. When it was destroyed, it was shattered into a bunch of pieces, and some of those pieces embedded themselves in his hands. Not only that, he's trying to collect all the shards from this sword to that way he can reassemble it. It was a sword that's been passed down in his family, for centuries, and the holder of it was to protect his people. It has now been destroyed. Shards are in his hand, and I believe it's the Dark Master. When the demons, the followers of the Dark Master, are near, the shards light up, let him know, almost like a spider sense, let him know that danger is near, that they're coming for the shards. There might be shards nearby that are being manipulated by the Dark Master, that they may be being taken, something that, spider sense, so to speak. He is now also the Iron Fist and trying to control the chi of Shao Lao, which is addressed in this, why he can't control it well. It seems to sputter like a car misfiring. When he needs it, sometimes he has it, sometimes he doesn't. It's a misfire. It's gotten him into a couple tight spots. He's gotten out of it, but they're trying to figure that out as well. Someone has a solution to it that they're going to try. We're also reminded that the current Iron Fist, Lin Lee, is not going through the traditional channels to become the Iron Fist. And he's reminded by his friends that that's okay. And that one of the best Iron Fists ever was a woman, and she had to overcome tradition. That tradition may not always be the way. Anyways, this is a really fun book. You should read it with your kids. I enjoyed it immensely. The first 2 issues have been great. Klaus, what's happening, buddy? Should have some comics here for you, Klaus. I just need to dig through the boxes and figure out which ones you got here. We've got Silk number 3, Silver Surfer Rebirth number 3. If you're not reading that, you definitely need to read it. Mark Waid, I believe, is writing it. Let me see, it's not on the cover here. But man, who is writing it? Hold on, before I open my big mouth here. Say it's Mark Waid, which I've already done. Ron Mars, I'm sorry. Ron Mars is also a longtime veteran comic book writer, and you can tell Silver Surfer Rebirth, I believe a 4-issue miniseries, has been fantastic so far. Silk, this miniseries has been great. Introduces a new villain, which takes its lore from a Korean witch, which is sucking the life force out of Instagram influencers. So is she really a villain or a hero? If she's sucking the life out of Instagram influencers' lives. I mean, really. Then we have one copy. And it's a big one this week, too. Ben Reilly turning into a new character. Spoiler alert. Sorry. If you have, we got one copy of it, no holds. Whoever, it's first come, first serve. Then we have Spider-Woman 21. Bounty Hunters, Star Wars Bounty Hunters 21 as well. Last issue of Spider-Woman. And then we have Immortal X-Men number 1. Really cool wraparound cover here by, I believe this is Mark Brooks. Really cool one. Then we have a pretty cool main cover with all the X-Men. This focuses on the Quiet Council. The Quiet Council oversees Krakoa, makes its laws, rules, all that stuff. So Kieran Gillen is writing this. Kieran Gillen is very well versed to write this book. He wrote The Wicked and Divine, amongst others. This is really something for him, and I think he's going to tackle this and do it really, really well. That is the creator of Die. He wrote a great run of Darth Vader, Wicked and the Divine over at Image. He is a fantastic writer, and the sales of his books prove it. So this will be heavy to read. He also writes Eternals. This will be very dense to read. You may have to read it a couple times to soak in all the information you're going to get out of this book. DC had a couple really cool things that grabbed my attention this week. One being Batman Beyond the White Knight. So we have Sean Murphy's writing and doing art on this. The story of in this Curse of the White Knight universe, we've got Batman Beyond now. Really cool story, indicating there may have been another Robin before Dick Grayson. Who that was, they're playing with the continuity a little bit, but they can do that in Black Label. Black Label does not take place in the major continuity, the main continuity of the DC universe, and they're doing some cool stuff with it. If you've read the Curse of the White Knight stuff, you're going to want to jump in on this, especially if you're a fan of Batman Beyond. And if you are a fan of Batman Beyond, I just want to remind everyone, Batman Beyond Neo Year will be starting here soon, so make sure you are pre-ordered on that and subscribed to make sure you're getting the new Batman Beyond comic. We've got DC versus Vampires. I can't remember the character's name, but it's revealed, like the Grand Master of all these vampires is revealed, who that is, who started it all. Batman FazeClan, this is a gaming thing. I'm sorry, I don't game a lot, but I know FazeClan is a thing in games, and now they've got their own comic along with Batman. We've got a copy of that here. I'm going to be ordering more of this. We have one copy right now, but it's Shadow War Alpha #1. Highly, if you're a DC fan or Batman fan in the Deathstroke, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, Damian, just a little bit. If those characters, you heard a character there that you're like, oh man, I like that character and their stories, definitely pick this up. It's going to continue, and if you're a Batman subscriber, it's going to continue into Batman next week. You're going to want to read this. It's a pretty cool book. Ra's al Ghul is dying, or is not dying, I shouldn't say that. Not dying. He is turning himself in. He's going legit. He feels that he's damaged the world enough and that he and his daughter should turn themselves in. Talia thinks he's lost it, is not sure why her father is feeling this way. And then some terrible things go down in this book. And everything's not as what it seems. I enjoy reading Batman. I love all these characters that are in this book. So this was a pretty cool story and a crossover that if you're, like I said, a DC fan, a Batman fan, or any of the characters I mentioned, definitely check that out. And if you're a fan of Wonder Woman, you've got to read these 3 great stories in the Sensational Wonder Woman special. We have the main cover, the Bong Joon cover, and we have International Women's Day cover here on the right. Definitely one to check out. Cover price is a little steep, but you definitely get your money's worth. It's basically a graphic novel anthology with 3 different stories. Lots of fun. Animal Castle #4, I believe, of 6. Assassin's Creed Valhalla #1. Astro City #1. Kurt Busiek bringing Astro City over to Image Comics. Alex Ross doing the cover. Cities of Magick #1. This was a cool story. Basically, we're told that there was something that killed all technology. All electricity, all form of power disappeared until scouts, people still pressed on. They still had civilization still was there. They just needed to acclimate themselves to this new world, and they did. And then they started to go out and explore more than they did before, and they discover magic. And they no longer need electricity. Magic powers everything, and it's a whole different world now. There are magic clans. They're at war with one another, taking over each other's territories, and one person in particular, Isamar, it seems to be taking over everyone's territory, just coming in and stomping people down. And in the midst of all this, we have a young man who no one knows what electricity is, but he seems to know what electricity, I think is what he called it, and he wants to collect sneakers, and he wants to have things of the way things were before magic. So I'm not sure how all of these people and characters quite fit into what's happening yet. It is a first issue. We're getting introduced to the world, its characters, and the stories behind it. If you're into fantasy whatsoever, I would suggest getting this book. The artwork was pretty cool too. I enjoyed it for a Scout comic. Artwork was solid. Story was pretty good. You got these weird horse people or deer people, because as magic invaded this world, it seeped into the ground. It grew new flora and fauna, and our wildlife consumes it, and this is what we get. Pretty cool book. Enjoyed it from an indie publisher. Scout puts out some pretty quality stuff. We've got G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures. This book is just like a crazy cartoon. In the first issue, Cobra Commander found Aladdin's lamp and wished for some crazy stuff. Now he has a giant army of bats. I forget what the acronym is for bats, but it's a giant robotic soldier. It's great. It's bonkers, wild, Saturday morning cartoon stuff, and it's great. If you watched G.I. Joe as a child, it looks just like that. It looks just like the G.I. Joe cartoon we all grew up with. A a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. It'll only be 4 issues. I think we have 1 copy of number 1 left, so definitely pick it up. And then you can see the cool, there we have the lamp, and all of the G.I. Joe forces are stuck inside while Zartan, Destro, Baroness, I can't remember this dude's name. I think it was a hypnotist. Anyways, pretty cool, fun stuff. Jack and Jill with a fantasy warrior twist to it. Pretty cool there. Artwork was nice in this book as well. Just a one-shot, Myths and Legends Quarterly. Out number 2. Well, I believe we have number 1 in stock. We have the graphic novel in stock for $9.99. You get every single issue. It's a crazy World War II, not zombie, but zombie story. It's out there and a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. That's from AWA Upshot. Panther number 2. Rogue Sun number 2. Image is expanding its superhero universe, and they're doing it first with Rogue Sun. This is a split off of Radiant Black and Radiant Red, That World by Ryan Parrott. And this is also written by Ryan Parrott as well. Rogue Sun is the name of the superhero. He's there front and center. You find out in the first issue, the man that was first Rogue Sun, essentially the Bruce Wayne of this story, very wealthy man, came from nothing. But that's one of the differences in the backstory. Came from nothing, built up a fortune, and protected his city as Rogue Sun. No one knew his identity. There were a few villains that did, and they were after him. He dies, so his will is being read. And both of he had a child with a woman, and it was a bastard child. He never paid it any attention, never helped the mom. And this son grew up upset, that his father was not present in his life, as he should. He has a lot of issues, beats up kids at school. He's a bully. He's a smartass. Comes to this will reading, finds out that he has a brother and sister that his father remarried, cleaned his act up, and never came back to get him. And both of his stepbrother and sister believe that one of them are going to become Rogue Sun. They know Rogue Sun is going to become someone. This is all issue 1. So don't worry. I'm not spoiling issue 2 here. I'm going to leave it at that. Who becomes Rogue Sun? Who knows? Who knows? And do all the brothers and sisters help one another? Possibly. Does he fight a hillbilly werewolf in issue 2? Absolutely. And it's great. Something is Killing the Children, number 21. We have, I believe this is cover B. Maybe not. No, I'm sorry. That's cover 9. So, yeah. Like J or K, whatever. Cool cover, though. And it's going on. Maybe even a first appearance in this book this week. David, what's happening? Sonic 2, one-shot from IDW. This is the official movie prequel. If you like that kind of thing, if you have a big Sonic fan at home, we've got a copy of this left. They'll be able to find out what's happening in the next movie. Spawn issue 328, 2 great covers on. Oh wait, we only have 1 cover. It's still great though. Is that Raven Spawn? I believe it is, with all those ravens around him. Really cool Raven Spawn cover. Really, really cool. Step by Bloody Step. Iron Giant. Different to me, it's like Iron Giant being retold in like a warrior type of culture. Really cool stuff. And the Iron Giant isn't exactly a robot in this. It is something else that's really, really cool and very heartfelt and touching. And good classic good versus evil story. Really, really cool by Matty Bergera. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover B, number 127. And we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual 2022. This is kicking off a brand new story, a big event for the summertime. So if you're the least bit of a Turtles fan and you want to jump back into Turtles comics, this is your gateway with a really cool cover by Kevin Eastman himself. Kevin Eastman on this cover as well. Feature, I believe that's Venus de Milo. Vampirella Unholy issue 4, one of our picks of the week. Zombies versus robots. The artwork in this book is fantastic. The story and concept are really cool. You have these three brilliant minds. They all think the other one is an idiot, and they're the smartest, evil geniuses, so to speak, have created a portal, and they want to travel. They're trying to decide who gets to go through it. I'm not going to give you the story behind it, but they do travel into it, and it's kind of an argument. What came first, the zombie or the robot? And it all because of their travels, I believe, through this portal. Really cool stuff. I love the artwork in this book. It has a very rough sketch feel to it, but even though it's a rough sketch, it has a good amount of detail in those rough sketches. I don't know how quite to explain it. I think this cover kind of says what makes the point I'm trying to get across. Both these covers do, honestly. It seems like a rough sketch, but the closer you get to it, you definitely see a lot of detail in this. And it's zombie versus robots. Yeah. We've got John Lennon's Funko Pop this week. We also have One Dark Night by Jock. One per store. Something is Killing the Children. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual 2022. 1 in 10. Ghost Rider 1 in 25. I Am a Cat Barista Volume 2. And Saturday Morning Adventures G.I. Joe number 2, 1 in 10, and then the variant to One Dark Night. And then if you enjoyed the movie, The Batman, come get this slipcase trade paperback of all the stories, of some of the stories that went into the making of the movie. We have Batman Ego by one of the best there ever was, Darwin Cook. Batman Year One by another best there ever was, Frank Miller. And Jeff Loeb, another best ever, Loeb and Sale on Batman The Long Halloween. Some of the stories that went into making the Batman. So thank you for joining us, taking the time to watch me ramble on about comic books. I'm going to get this store open, and I hope to all see you this week. I will be here on Saturday. No convention this week, but I will have one the following week. Kind of on an every other week schedule right now, going to conventions. I appreciate your time, and wherever you are, visit your local comic book shop. If you're in Ashtabula, then that's us. Come see us. It's the best place to be on a Wednesday afternoon.